know if I talk about getting powers because I stream Friday. Yeah, I don't think I did. Yeah, no, I did because it felt like it has been a minute since I was streamed. So yeah, I didn't stream Friday. Why was that? Is it just I didn't want to? It might have been. Yeah, I had a power outage at one point. I don't think that was a stream day. Maybe it was. No, because it wouldn't have been Friday. The second. Oh, maybe it was. No, that was the Wednesday stream. I don't know. I think it was Thursday then. No, I think it was Wednesday. Because, yeah, I think it was then that. Yeah, it was Wednesday. It was Wednesday happened. Jesus. Okay. So yeah, Wednesday I had power outage. It was like literally at midnight. So I guess technically it was Thursday, but like whatever. Wednesday night. You know. So that happened. And then yeah, I basically overslept just because I didn't have an alarm. So yeah, there's that. Yeah. I don't really talk about anything political. It's because like I know anything that's going on is not gonna be good, other than like the Supreme Court thing or state court election. That was like pretty alright. Yeah, there really hasn't been much. Actually, let me look at the stock market. How's the stock market doing, dude? It's probably not doing great. Ooh, that's a lot of red. Yeah, that's not great. It's real bad. Yeah. There it is. Oh yeah, it's quite bad. It's just a little bad, you know, just slight drops. You're just send it out. Oh, technically it's somehow higher, but this is also COVID, to be fair. Take a year. Oh, I guess it was like around here, 2024. Hey, what happened back here? Did not remember that. Yeah, it's going way back down. That's for sure. Yeah, the past. Oh, I guess this is in all 2025. Yeah, no, this is actually longer technically. It's not doing well. The only one that's been crashing a lot, it was Dow Jones. That's the wrong thing. Yep, there it goes. Yep, there's its big drop. Boy, I love it. Jesus. Extreme fear is driving the US market. Oh, goody. What does it mean between fear and greed? What? I don't even understand that. I'm too fair. I don't care about the stock market really. It's just like looking at big number go down, which is really funny. But yeah, because I just could not care in financial literacy when I took it. I'm gonna be completely honest. I could not care less. Because dude, just in my brain the entire time I was just like, this is just an excuse for capitalism. Like, I think it's a fine class when people have the money, right? But like when people don't and they're living paycheck to paycheck, all it is just excuse for capitalism and for those kids like in that class to be like, oh yeah, no, I just gotta do this, this, and this, and everything will be fine. And then they do it, and then it doesn't work, or like they still have like very little money, you know. Or like also like you just wouldn't have to follow it. Also, like if you'd want to like maximize your money, then like yeah, do that. But like it doesn't work. I also don't know why this hollow tracker's not working. It's not loading up. I wanted to check this. Is like everything with that, or is it just that specifically? It's just that specifically. Huh, weird. This was something with that. Although my computer does seem slower, maybe I'll reset it. I mean, I do shut it off though every night. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like it is moving like a bit slower. I don't know. I didn't notice anything when I was using it. Oh, there we go. Here it loads. Yeah, Suisse is 10k away from Pecora, and Suisse is not streamed since, what is it, end of February or like March or something? Been like a month, I think, at this point, and she's not going back for another month. Yeah, I was looking at Social Blade, and it does say Myrian's gonna pass like Gura around October. At least at the rate she's going, which I think it is probably gonna slow down a little bit. Because right now, from what I've learned, she's riding off like a TikTok high right now with III. Apparently that song blew up on TikTok. Because yeah, she's also one who hasn't streamed in 2 weeks either. She's showing for like a lot of 3D lives though, because I was thinking like it seems like all of them are like taking breaks around this time, but yeah, it doesn't seem entirely the case, because I haven't seen announcements for like Marion or anything. So yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. Unless she tweeted about it, but like, well, I don't think I went back that far, did I? I don't think so. I just was checking to make sure like she was still saying stuff. I guess because I do have Discord open, and like it does notify even if it's like muted on like announcements like that, I think. So I even like went back and see it, and there was nothing there. So yeah, I don't know. Plus I feel like I used the bathroom and I just went in there. Great. Okay, so I'm probably gonna have to do that at some point. Because we just started. So god dang it. I was also thinking of like doing a Death Wish Canada, but like I think I don't really have enough time to finish a game. Could be wrong. It has been a minute since I've played it, but yeah, I don't know. Alright. Yeah. Oh yeah, I also saw the thing that Risu was talking about at the beginning of the year. Actually, like TikTok got recommended to me again. Basically, like it was just that there was a lot of misconceptions about her, and the thing is just that she like couldn't do it like financially, and also like isn't big enough, pretty much. Which is another reason, like, hey, if you really like these people, support them, and I think the most important thing in today's like era of content creation, you just gotta let people know about them, you know. That's why Marion is like blowing up, right? Is because her song blew up on TikTok, right? So that's why she's getting a big boom of subs. Like since her last member stream, she's gotten 40,000. And I think it's because her song blew up around this time on TikTok. So like, I'm actually kind of surprised Kobo didn't, but yeah, maybe they just only see you with like Marion, because apparently it was the chorus. I thought it was like, because it was in Latin America, blew up. I thought it was like the like the drum is like used in Latin American music. I don't know what it's called, but that would have been that part. But you know, it doesn't. It is crazy to look at too, because like obviously Suicide is Bibbidi Bow, right? And like that's the most viewed. I think VTuber at this point, most viewed VTuber thing, because it passed Lie of God and Requiem. But yeah, then it's Marine, a Suicide cover, Marine. Like it's back and forth between Suicide, Marine, and then Cali's 2 times a row, Gurren Cali, and then Marine Kobo. Ayame's also got a lot of like high viewed stuff. With like her on the thumbnail with that one, and then one of her covers, and then Q. Oh, I feel like Help also shot up. I didn't feel like that was at like 18 million not that long ago. Maybe I haven't been paying attention to the views of it. I swear, like, maybe that was when I first watched it, and it's been a while now, but it was like 18 million before. Like the last time I saw it. Or yeah, maybe it was Overdose. I don't know. I do like how with Cali, it's like all her old songs that are like her most viewed ones. I mean, it makes sense, right? Because it's the most time, and I think also like, you know, obviously they were a lot bigger. Like they were the only like EN VTubers, and now like, you know. But I feel like also Cali's like gotten bigger and like expand outwards more, but I guess it's more in Japan. Because like I think she's doing more stuff in like Japan than she is like in America. And I think that's part of it. Yeah, also I should just learn, like whenever a girl is trending on Twitter, just to not click on it, because I swear I see the freaking biggest idiots. If I scroll down far enough, like obviously there's gonna be like girl fan art and stuff, and like that's great. And then like if you just scroll down, and it's just like, dude, I feel like I'm losing brain cells. I need to stop. And like it's like really only with like Gura specifically. I think this recent one with Narissa happened. Because people were taking like that like voting thing like Kiara seriously. But yeah, like it's whatever. You know, might have some good political instincts though. Yeah, it seemed like there was some stuff about like actually like there's some parallels there. It also had the highest voter turnout out of like Gigi and Cali and her. But I think Gigi has a lot less followers, so it makes sense. Which yeah, hers was like noticeably like smaller. Crazy though, because Cali beat out like Cece at that point. I did see the freaking like video, like the compilation someone made of like Gigi just harassing Crony and Cali, and it's 50 minutes. Like, how does she already have 50 minutes of that? Like, that's crazy. They've only interacted, I feel like they've only had like 5 interactions like across the both of them. Like, that's insane that there's a 50-minute compilation. Good lord. Yeah, maybe it was more, but it's just like, my god. You know, all I gotta say is it's a good thing she's a girl. It's really all I gotta say to that. You know, I feel like that's really all you can say to that. You know. Yeah. I think that's about it.
I'm seeing these things. There's something big out there.
Our world is
Yeah,
made of
maybe I
strands
should just use the
all
bathroom
together.
now. I'll
when
do that.
something
Hang on.
terrible or
I'll go.
unnatural happens to a creature, the strands get all knotted.
These creatures? They're real? Give me my mama back.
Something Midnight is available April 8th on Xbox Series X and S, Game Pass Ultimate and PC, and Steam. Pre-install on Game Pass or pre-order now. Terms apply. See xbox.com/subscription terms. Rated M for mature.
Alright. Jeez. Yeah, it does suck that like most of like the Hollow Stars clips I get are from like a year or two ago. Even like longer, like when they first started 2022, right? Because yeah, they're just like there's like one person who clips them, and even then they'll sometimes clip Hololive as well. Which I mean is fine, but it's just like there's not a whole lot of All Stars clippers left. And like yeah, I'm not sure if it's because they like left or whatever. But yeah. Obviously Hololive still has their fair share of clippers and are getting a few new ones, which is always good. Like yeah. Just like one for stars. I'm hoping with like these few collabs it's gonna help. Like Shiori and like Herb are doing, right? I really hope so. I mean that's the thing though, that's the only way like the ice is gonna be broken between stars and live is if it happens naturally. You can't force it. Like if you do the like, oh you should collab with this, you should collab with them, like it's just annoying for the other person. That's the thing. So yeah, it's just gonna happen naturally. Which this has probably been the most natural as far as like EN and live EN and stars have for a while. It's probably been since like Hollow Soul, probably. So yeah, it's a pretty big deal. I still feel like I just don't fully comprehend idol culture. I think it's just because like I don't know what idol is. Like I need a definition of an idol, and I think that would help me a lot. Because it does feel like it's weird because like obviously everybody in live and stars are idols, like they're classified as that, but also like real people like K-pop artists and like J-pop artists, they're also classified as idols. So like I don't know if that's just their word for entertainers, right? Or like musicians, whatever. I don't know if that's like their word for it. Idol definition. Cantopop, J-pop, K-pop singer. Okay. So it's just, yeah, they're a pop singer from Korea, Japan, or China. That's it. Okay. See, I mean, yeah, I guess it would fit for both then. Yeah, Psy is a idol. Okay. Got it. I'm chewing nice. I don't think hero is similar to that definition, but okay. I think the thing I just don't get the most right is the whole like they can't collab with a male or like the other gender because then they'll think you're dating. Like that's not a them problem, that's a society problem. At that point, it's like when that one dude's criticism of Hassan was that he gets clipped out of context a lot. Like sure, a little bit of that could be him using better words and framing, but like really that's a society issue. Oh no, it wasn't that like he gets clipped out of context, it was that you have to watch him to like understand what he's saying, right? Or like get his points, and it's like that's not a him issue. I thought it was more of a society thing. I feel like it's the same thing but with this. And like Kanata I think is one, like she's very respectful about it. Like, and I get it. Like she's like respectful enough about him, just like, yeah, that's cool. Right. But I do think it's like a fan base problem. Right, and this is kind of go back to like Shuri and her collabing with the Hollow Stars. It's just like it just brings out a lot of bad mindsets for sure. Just like why? I don't get it. Because yeah, I think even personally, if I was in it, I see it from the side of freaking burping a lot. Great. I see it from the side of like it makes no sense to put the restriction of like not climbing the other gender, especially when you're a singer, because like, you know, you can combine the highs and the lows, right? Like you can do some really cool stuff with that, and it's like weird, you know, and there's like no, like it I don't know. It could just be a Japanese society thing. Like that's another thing of like why I'm like, oh, I don't get it. Of just like, what is it with Japanese society, right? That would like, because I know they're like very much like you follow the rules. And like I don't know how they feel about polygamy. There is a lot of like harem talk. I know that, which is basically like polygamy. I feel like say the one person like falls through on the harem, but I guess like maybe the appeal to the harem is not like, it's more of like a love triangle, but like a very big one, right? It's like a love octagon, you know. And like, yeah, maybe people like that part of it, and like if they actually were to act on it, people wouldn't. And that is something I'm like very curious about. Yeah. I think I just would like have to understand the perspective more. At least like, and combine it with like my experiences, right? And go from there. I think that's what I'd have to do. Yeah. That's that's just the main thing that like I just don't get, because you're just putting like an unnecessary restriction on yourself for the sake of, oh, like I want to seem available. Like I don't get that part, but I think it's also because in the West that doesn't matter. Like, because I feel like there's a lot of people who like will still have like shrines dedicated to a person even if they're like married or something like that, right? Because I think also there's this understanding of like, you're never gonna run into them, right? You're never gonna meet them, you know? So like, yeah, you can just be as crazy as you want. It's why like I think a lot of times in the freaking chats of the Hololive streamers, right? That's why they say the stuff they do. It's because they're like, there's no way I'm gonna meet you in person, right? So like, and I'm sure also they probably noticed like in meet and greets, right? When like they can see the person, they're probably a lot nicer and like don't say as crazy of stuff. They probably will still say the crazy stuff, but like, you know, like it's not completely outrageous, I wouldn't think. And again, I think the ratio would be a lot higher of just like generally nice stuff would be said. Yeah, like I think there's just this understanding of like I'm never gonna meet this person, so like yeah, I can just do this because it's like, and be like delusional like that, you know. Yeah, like I'll respect Kanata's thing because it's a personal choice, right? Like I respect it, but it's just like for me personally, that's how I feel about it. It's just putting a bunch of unnecessary like barriers or limits on it. Because like I did that with like a music playlist of mine, and like yeah, that was dumb. Like it didn't like work. The only thing is like I feel like with me saying that, people are like, oh, they're trying to like undermine it, but like I think there's some things right in some mindsets of a fandom of an ideology, right? Well, not really ideology, but like of a culture or something, right? And this is another thing I hate with like, I think it's due with like American individualism, but like people will just like blindly like something and just ignore its flaws. It's the same with just how our country's run, just in general. Like American exceptionalism is like a part of that, and it's just like, okay, but I think like the people who would actually like enjoy these cultures the most, or like who are the most patriotic, are the people who want to see it in its best form, right? Like you should get rid of those flaws, you know, or at least like those mindsets. Because that's the thing I feel like also vital culture that's like hard to get into it is like the like full stop, you know, like males and females aren't supposed to collab with, like it's just an unwritten rule, and like that's I feel like very hard, especially for like Americans, right? And I think with, although like obviously don't imply it, but like, and obviously the stars and live collab, so they're cool with it, but like I think if you're becoming like a worldwide sensation, you kind of have to, even though they say they're an idol company, I think actually it's kind of screwing them over. Maybe not necessarily in Japan, which is their base, but if they want to move out, right? I feel like if you say you're an idol company, that means you're taking the idol, like what people associate with the idol culture with you. And I think that hard stop of like males and females are allowed to collab with each other, it'll like either bring, I feel like, a problematic fan base, which is like some of them have done. I think it's still very small, like vocal minority, but still. Or like it's harder for people to get into it and like be like, yeah, I can get into this, I can get behind this, you know? I mean, I don't think it really matters too much because I think still on the EN side, they still see it more as like a VTuber agency. Whereas it seems like on the JP side, they see it as like an idol company. So I don't know. I just don't think you can use idol company if you want to expand like they have been. Yeah, and I don't know how off-putting that would be for like JP like viewers, and like obviously it would be their primary base because they're a JP based company, but I think as far as expansion goes, like I don't know if that would resonate well with people, or like they'd have a hard time like getting engrossed in it, you know, with or like not developing those like terrible in the thought process like mindsets. I just love going back to this one because it's insane, this one dude's mindset. I freaking quote retweet it because like the one person said like, oh yeah, they're a unicorn. It's like, yeah, it probably is, but it's just like the hypocrisy that you could just say right back at them, you know, like the low-hanging fruit was just right there and I had to take it. Yeah, it's just funny that they were just going full on the like business talk. That's crazy. She's not gonna F you. Yep. Like it's crazy, this mindset, like, because I was even thinking about it too, is like, dude, well, first of all, I was like, is this what prejudice feels like? First of all, as a straight white man, I would not know, but like, I feel like with this blind hatred, like, some of it just feels like it's just straight up prejudice. And then like, secondly, dude, like, these people have more hate for like Hall of Stars, I swear, than like even that I could have for like the Nazis. Like, it's crazy, dude. Like, Jesus, the amount of like vitriol and hatred towards these people, like, it blows my mind. And like these are the people that's like, I don't want this in this I don't want this culture around, period, even if it's a vocal minority. That's the thing. That's why I'd want to break that part of idol culture, even if like it'd be like, oh, it's disrespectful, whatever. I don't want this mindset. That's exactly my point. Is like, whatever this is. It doesn't make any sense. Oh yeah, and then they also said they're giving mild criticism to Shiori. Freaking awesome, dude. Oh yeah, he also said, yeah, that's what he said. She knows the rules that I didn't make, by the way, and she knows exactly what she's doing. Like, it's freaking nuts, dude. I do hate the one guy that was like defending this stuff using the R slur. It's like, God, dude, just use a different freaking word. Like, it's freaking nuts. And like, what hate marketing? I'm so confused. Like, I'm so confused with these people's freaking like what are these mindsets, dude? It doesn't make any sense. It's like, oh no, it's going woke. They even made a Trump joke, dude. Like, They're complaining because it's going woke because a man and a woman are freaking collabing with each other. What the? What are we doing? What is going on, dude? Like, my brain is broken. Also, you know who's like also clad with like, because their problem also is like, they're like, oh yeah, Shiori like, freaking, like always had is like, oh, she was clad with like cute girls and all that stuff, and then there was no men, and then all of a sudden they start collabing with men, and then it was, you know who also did that? Sora. Sora did that. Fubuki did that. Like, what are you talking about? This has been a thing in Hololive for like the longest time. Like, freaking Sora does it. What are you talking about? And also, like, yeah, someone pointed out, like, she like mentioned in her debut, respect my collabs, and they're doing the exact opposite, and these people call themselves fans and they don't care what they're saying. Like, you're not a fan at that point if you're not caring what the talent says. Full stop, dude. Like, it's crazy, dude. And like, yeah, they're treating these as like business relationships, and it's like, dude, or like business prospects. Like, it's so weird. Like, yeah, they're saying like Shiori took like a 180. It's like what is this culture, dude? Like this is the problem with like, I feel like the whole like idol like branding is like, now I'm associating the entirety of idol culture with this, and it's not good. Because I'm sure this is like this is like the worst of it. And I'm doing the thing where like a lot of people do, where they only look at the worst aspects of a community and be like, yep, that's what it's like. But it's like, dude, Jesus. Like, it's insane. Dude, I can't wait for them to say that those companies ruined because they're going woke. That's crazy. Because they're collabing with dudes. It's gone woke, dude. All I've gone woke, dude. I can't believe it. It's not like they're coworkers or anything, you know, they've gone woke. It's fucking insane, dude. Good God. I feel like the most depressing thing though is like, he's actually ratioing these people. Like, that's the most depressing thing. I think it's probably because like a lot of people have blocked people like this, so yeah, they don't just see them. But like, dude, it's actually kind of sad that like they are getting ratioed. This guy was getting ratioed, like the long thread, but like the ones that had like 2 things in it, this one also got ratioed. But like, there's like one where he ratioed the other person's like, dude, that's depressing. That's real depressing. It's like, seriously, dude. It's crazy. Like, yeah, they also said like her core fan base for collabing with them, and like also damaged career for him. What? He, like, first of all, he has way less people seeing him than, like, I think he is one of the most popular Hollow Stars. It's probably Altair, Axel, and then like, yeah, maybe like a lot of the Tempest boys, and then it's Gerard. Gerard's for sure the most popular Armus guy, but like, he's still way lower. I think he recently hit 150 Shore's at 600,000. What are we talking about? That's not gonna hurt him. And again, I think that's the problem with the idol cultures. Like, they're completely engrossed in like the like guys and girls don't collab with each other. You know, like they're completely in that field. And then they're just like, oh, their career's ruined. Like that was another thing with like when the first collab happened. I think it was also with Gerard. Yeah, Gerard and Iofi. Literally, one of the people was like, oh, this is gonna look so bad for Full Moko. It's like, what are you talking about? No, it's not. Like, it's not gonna look bad for him at all. Most people probably aren't even gonna be aware of that, because I'm sure, like, also Full is a very casual base, if I were to guess. I think Full is probably up there one of the most casual bases, so they're probably not gonna even know that. Like, it's such a stupid thing to say. And like that's the thing also, and like why I want to collab with some of these girls is because like there's these toxic people all in their communities, and it's just like if you can just leave those guys out, man, it'll be a much nicer community. Also, the one person that was just like, oh yeah, would Guro want this? When the freaking like dudes were collabing with each other, I was like, shut up. Like, actually, dude, you don't know how she is. Like, that's freaking stupid. Like, just actually shut up. And they're just like, oh, you think this is how this person would act? Like, that's stupid. Like, that's why I hate like Knight in Shining Armor, like, and why I hate like how a lot of those people like took the Fauna announcement. Like, because you don't know how they actually feel. You don't know. So you're just making up a narrative in your head. Right? And like, I think it is partly of the parasocial relationship thing, right? Like, I think it's part of that. They're just like, oh yeah, trust me, I know how they are. It's like, no, you don't. You really don't. And like, dude, it's freaking insane. Also, they put 70% Doom posting, 50% serious. That's not 100, buddy. I guess 20% is both. But like, yeah, like, it's insane that these people are like, oh yeah, no, they're collapsing, and like, even like when you think about with like the all like, oh, what's going on in Hololive videos, like, if you took another company the same size, right? It's like an electric company or something like that, and they lose 8 people in a year, but they already had like 80 employees. Actually, even more, including Holostars. I don't think anyone would look at it like that crazy. Like, especially with the tenure they've all been there, I think it would have been like, all right. Right? And like, what if it's like 2 or 3 do like injury or something like that, right? Like, let's see, Sana, Mume, Chloe. Those are 3 I can think of right now. Yeah, I don't think the rest of them were, but those 3 were. Right? And you look at that, and you're just like, oh, the company's like falling apart. Like, you wouldn't say that. You wouldn't be like, oh, the company's doomed, you know? It's only because they're so like public, right? Because they're streamers, they're entertainers, you know? They're in the public eye. So yeah, obviously, like, when they leave, it's gonna hurt a lot. But I mean, I think honestly now we're in an era where people are gonna become more and more numb to it, because it's like, yeah, it's a job. Like, that's gonna happen. People are gonna come in, people are gonna come out, you know? Some are gonna have long tenures, some are gonna have very short tenures, right? That's just how it's going to be. And I think hopefully with a few more years, people will recognize that and just be like, oh yeah, no, they're still doing fine. Because again, it's gonna be so obvious when stuff is going very wrong in Hollow. Like, that's the thing. It's gonna be so obvious. So these people are like all trying to like look through and like find these like all hidden like secrets or whatever. It's like, dude, it's gonna be so obvious. The signs are gonna be right in front of our face. Like, I think even like Niji, it was like very obvious. Right? And then people left afterwards. That was the thing too. Yeah, people left after the Niji stuff came out. I think also. I think before that, like, yeah, no, they stayed. At least the majority of them did, you know? So yeah, like, it's really silly and stupid. Yeah. I mean, that mindset is just freaking nuts. Also, weirdly, I didn't get any notification for that one because someone did like in the reply and I didn't get notification for that. Well, I think they did pop, but for some reason, like, it didn't load it. I don't know. It like loaded for like a split second, then went away. That was weird. Yeah, like, I think that's my issue I have with the idol culture is because it brings mindsets like that. And like, that mindset just shouldn't exist. Like, you know, and like, I just don't understand why people have the mindset of like, oh yeah, no, somebody should just stay exactly how it is. You can't influence anybody, right? Like, that's bad. I don't get that because like, you should very clearly point out the bad stuff and change it. You know, like if something's bad or like causing something bad to happen, like in the fan base or like even something toxic in the whole thing itself, like you should change that. You should change that mindset. Like, it's very silly just to be like, yep, nope, we're gonna keep letting that run. Like, no, what are we doing? Come on. And again, like, also it gets like the freaking really toxic people out of here. You know? So it can be like as wholesome as possible. Because like, I think like it is really close, right? The Hololive community like is so close to that. It's just there's a real few real bad like pockets of it. You know? That like, if you could just get them out of there, yeah, it'd be real good. Yeah, like it's a shame. See, then I could laugh at those people more then, because now they're not even. Well, to be fair, I think I stopped watching them because of this stuff, so. I mean, yeah, that's fine. Like, I don't understand why these people hate the hosters so much. Like, it is beyond insane. Like, it's got to the point of, like, prejudice, like, the amount of hatred of it, you know? Like, it's nuts. Like, you're even making a straight white man be like, okay, I feel like at this point, this is prejudice. On their own, just thinking that. Yeah, I think that's also why, like, that wall, that ice wall, right? At least from, like, the live side. It's been hard to break for them, is because they're worried about that side of it. I think there's definitely a lot of introvertedness that comes from it, because I think all of them are, right? Except CC. And CC seems to have no interest in the Holosters, which again is fine. Again, it should happen naturally, but like, even like Callie is an introvert, and the thing with introverts is like, if they interact with people for a while, that ice wall like reforms. So like, yeah, I think honestly Magni and Vesper were still around, maybe the bridge would be like formed, dude. Like, we'd have that cross play, but like the thing is they were both a part of Hall of Soul, which was like that the biggest bridge and the biggest connector, and then yeah, it kind of went cold for what was it, like 2 years afterwards, basically, because it's just now picked back up, really. So yeah, that's kind of the issue. And like with like introverts and stuff, because like it may seem crazy to like some people's like, oh yeah, no, obviously they're not going to be like that much different, like they'll be fine with it, but a lot of times for introverts it's really hard for us to recognize that, and like we still really just don't want to have a misunderstanding. I think is like the number one thing, you know. So I like it's important to stay in contact with an introvert, because like that's how they'll stay your friend, really. Yeah, I think it's that. Some of them also, again, like Kanata, probably don't, like, they have that same view of an idol, which, again, as long as they're respectful about it. Kanata said herself she doesn't hate men, you know. That's cool. I'm alright with it, you know. That's how she sees it. That's her choice. Go for it. Yeah, like when people do stuff like that and just like freak out, or just like, oh, you portrayed us for collabing with a man who's probably also a man saying that. Like, I think it's also what blows my mind the most too. It's like a lot of these are like men complaining about that. It's like, oh, they're collabing with all these cute girls, and all of a sudden they collab with a man. It's like, you are a man. Like, I don't get what the problem is. Makes no sense. Gotta go back to school. Oh god, what happened? Okay. Might have touched. Oh yeah, I think I touched the cord that connects to the monitor. Whoops. It like flashed for a little bit. Yeah, I got a full week of school left. And then now the next 3 weeks after that will be state testing weeks, so those weeks should go by a bit faster. But I think one of those weeks there was only like 1 day of testing. I was like, why, dude? Yeah, it's only 2 hour delay schedule, so that should be very nice. Again, those weeks should go by pretty quickly. And I'm basically in the last month. Actually, is there like 3 weeks left on that? Then after that? Because I think it goes into May. I think I only have like 3 weeks left after that when you would be a full month. And then yeah, I can finally get out of this. Like give myself a job and maybe give me some money. Did I ever say like I just was, because I was going back and forth on like editing, right? And like that was something like Sarah was like, all right, I'll finally do some editing. And then I think it just like hit me. I was like, it's just only stressing me out more when I'm worrying about that, right? And like don't think about that, because I clearly hate doing it, which is why like I haven't, you know. Like if I enjoyed doing it, I would do it, you know. But like I think it's fine for me to just say I'm not doing it. Like I don't like doing it. I don't want to do it. Right? Because like I also have the money. I think if I didn't, right, it would be more of like a, okay, but I have to. But I think since my mom's being nice enough to where I can basically spend my money on myself, right, I can probably honestly afford like an editor or something like that, like someone who makes clips for me, right? Even just like, yeah, like a clipper. I think what I'd probably want to do first though is like get a VTuber model. Like I'll probably like work for a month or two, however much money I have then, you know, and then go from there. Yeah, because I do think I need to work on being a better streamer, right? Because I would want to work for Hololive, but like the only streaming thing I really got down is like being able to talk for a while. That's really it. Like the other aspects of like streaming that like I really haven't thought about. Yeah, no, I'm real bad at that. I mean, to be fair, like I don't think that's too, like it happens too much. It's basically just for like your debut, I think. You really need to have those like, whoa, crazy parts of streaming down. Because yeah, for the most part, like they all just like do what I am doing basically. It's just, it looks a lot better. Like they don't really do anything too crazy with like streaming stuff, right? Like anything too technical. I think CC's like really the only one who's done that on stream, right? Actively done stuff with her streams. I mean, Miko would do some stuff for model. Nene like draw some stuff for it, but like, yeah, I don't think anybody does anything like insanely technical other than CC for their streams. It's pretty chill and like laid back like this has been. Right? Or like when I'm playing a game, you know, you just basically see the model, that's it. So yeah, like I don't think I would have to worry about too much. It's basically just for my debut stream, that would be it. You know, like stuff like that. Yeah, they still haven't like changed the to like, because I mean maybe it was just an idea they were throwing around, but I do think it would be a good idea to do that, which is like having like streaming specific, music specific. Like I think that would be a good idea. I do think they should have like a both option. I don't think it should necessarily like be like, oh yeah, we'd want them more, right? Like it shouldn't matter, because like then people are just gonna hit both every time. But so like, I think if you like just flat out say like it won't help your odds at all. The other thing is like I don't know what you would do with that. I think you would just like put them in like one of the gens maybe that would need more help, and then just like their rules would be a lot more relaxed, you know, if they were to have like more set things, right? I was just thinking also, and like it was with that like one Gura person also, but like I feel like with those people, they just seem like they're like, oh yeah, no, Hololive's gonna freaking like crash and burn if Gura's gone. And it's like I really don't think I think they'll be fine. Because like I said, like Marine's like actually getting there and like catching up to Gura. So like, yeah, sure, maybe like EN side will take a hit, right? Because I think like Gura is like the one that people can like name and like recognize, right? Maybe Fumoko's getting there. And like, yeah, because Callie also seems like with like more in Japan, like I said before. He's like doing deals in Japan, I think, more. But yeah, like I think they'll be fine. Because again, if you look at it from like the streaming aspect, like Gura's not streamed that much in the past like 2 years, maybe even longer. It's been like 2023, sure hasn't streamed. Been like on and off. It's like, yeah, it would be a big hit for like their merch on the EN side, but like I think for the most part they'll be fine. Because again, you're still seeing people like step up in that position. Marine's gonna be the most sub 2, I think, somewhat soon, maybe within the next year. Unless Gura goes back to consistently streaming, but or produce another song like an original. That's another reason why like Marine can just like keep consistently growing, is because she has all those songs. And like, yeah, sure, people can go back and watch old Gura clips, but obviously a music video with 50 million views, or like a potential clip with like 100k views, like, yeah, it's gonna be pretty obvious on what's gonna hit, you know, people who maybe haven't subbed to Gura already, you know, like it's pretty obvious on what's gonna get more. Like, yeah, I think, because that's another thing too, is like I just feel like Gura hasn't had a huge presence like ever since I've been a fan, really. Because yeah, I think it's a big hit for like people who are obviously fans at the time, but even as like a new fan, like a Gura left and you're like, eh. You know, like I wouldn't think it's a huge deal. Like I would think it's a huge deal, right? Because she's the most sub 2 member, right? And it'd be a big hit merchandise, right? Or what I said, right? Like emotionally and like all that, it's just like, eh. But that's another thing though too, is I think Gura just has like the most casual base, where of like they don't watch any other VTuber, they just watch Gura. See, I feel like it's like a case of tribalism also, and it's like really weird, but whatever. It's just like, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I think they'll be fine. Those are like again, their big viewer base is in Japan. It's not really in like the EN sphere. It's in Japan, right? And like I feel like a lot of fans have gone without like Gura being in clips and stuff for like so long at this point. But, like, yeah, a lot of people who are Gura fans, right, or like have been around for when like Gura has like streamed consistently, like I'm sure that's gonna hit them. But I feel like also like people wouldn't be like as sad about it, right? Because she, again, hasn't been around all that much. Because yeah, I feel like also people are gonna be like, oh, girl left, like that's gonna be a sign of them having a black company. But again, like there's so many other people that, like, if they left, I'd be like, all right, that's a warning sign, you know. Gura is not really one of them. Because, like, I mean, I guess, like, yeah, she's the most viewed person. Like, people are like, oh yeah, they're gonna keep her locked up, but like, I mean, are they? I feel like if she wants to leave, then like maybe they'll try and like work some stuff out, right? But I think she'd still be able to leave. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong in that, but that's how I would feel about it anyway. So like, yeah, I just think they'd be fine. You know, Gura leaves, unlike what some of those people said. Because yeah, I do think the true pillars are the ones in like JP of like Suisei, Fubuki, Marin, Pecora. Although I think even with like Pecora also, I think they still do fine. Like they're big enough at this point, like even if like some of their big, like Aqua left, right? And they were still pretty much fine. And Aqua was one of their biggest ones, right? So like I think even if like a Pecora leaves or something like that, right? Like they'll still be fine. Obviously it's a big hit, right? But they'll be fine. Like I think Hollows at the point where if one person leaves, it's not like the whole company's crumbling, you know? Like, and I think that is like the mindset a lot of these people have for some reason. It's like, yeah, no, I think they'll be fine. Because I think a lot of these people, like, they still, like, obviously they'll support someone else. I mean, Pecora is third most, so, like, maybe that's not entirely the case, but, like, I think still, like, a decent chunk of them, right? They're just gonna go to a different person's stream, right? You know, it doesn't, like, it's not like they're gonna just stop supporting Hololive entirely. I like that did having really like a lot of Fauna fans. Well, I think it's just because they made up in the narrative in their head that like they screwed over Fauna in some way, and then they did the 9 shining armor thing. Like, I hate that mindset because you don't know how that person feels. And I think also even like Fauna was like, I just want to end just like good vibes, and they did not do that. Feel like Mume, man, where they freaking doom post. Like Mume is like, all right, I want positivity, and just immediate doom posting. Awesome, dude, I love it. And like also going to Yago for some reason. And then also when Yago was like, hey, we're gonna talk with talents. Actually, I think it was the Shion one. We're gonna talk with talents, you know, make sure they're doing good. And then the freaking first reply is, sorry, gonna make sure everything's alright. It's like he literally said that, dude. Mains did not read the post. It's just very stupid. Yeah, I just don't get the like blind hatred, because it does really just seem like it's coming from a point of prejudice, like a lot of those people at this point, and I just don't get it. Like it really does feel like also though like some of the people just don't like them because they're not cute, and it's like, I'm sorry, but a dude just can't really be cute. It's really hard to do that. It's really hard for a dude to be cute. You know? They don't really have the cute buff on them. Or like, say like Ayame does. Yeah, apparently Ayame, obviously. Like, I've heard it's just always like not streamed often. Like, even like Hollow GTA, people were being like, oh yeah, no, it's like probably the most active she's been. So like it seems like she has a history of like not really being active that much. Oh yeah, she hasn't streamed like a month as met since Fest. Did she ever say like why? So I'm like curious about that. Yeah, she wasn't every day of all GTA. Yeah. It is funny because I feel like JP Gen 2 is going to be just as cursed as a EN Gen 2, right? Where EN Gen 2, obviously, like they've already lost 3 people, and I think JP is going to go on that same route. Saying a lot of Gen 1 is like also kind of there for the long haul. With Gen 2, maybe they might leave. I don't think Subaru would, at least for a while. Yeah, I think if anything, Subaru would leave due to her throat killing her. Like, honestly, I think if that were to happen, I think people would be like, you know what? It's impressive she stayed as long as she did. Because, yeah, she obviously had that throat thing at the beginning of the year. Or like end of last year. It was around there. Yeah, I think at least that'd be my reaction. I'm like, you know what? I feel like we were lucky to even have her for that long. Yeah. I think another thing I'd want to do too, and like I think the Hollisters already do that, but like just collaborate out of the company as well. Just hit like other audience groups. I don't know necessarily about like other VTuber agencies, but because I still want to do with like people I'd want to be friends with, right? Like all that, but yeah, I have no idea. You just want to hit all the fan bases. Just all the outreach, you know. I think it was like, I know like a lot of like big Hololive clippers, right? Like they don't care. Like they'll still clip Holostars. There's a funny moment there that happened with the Hololive girl, you know, they'll clip it. Which is like how it should be. Not with how those people act. And like, yeah, I think that's another reason why like ID's probably never like that, because they've done that for a while. I think with EN, like since they stopped doing that, like yeah, a lot of people like that's why like there's some people are against it. There's like yeah, the ID fan base is like they just chill. I think they're just there for the ride, you know, knowing how ID is. They're just there for the ride. Yeah, I do think they will have a Gen 5 this year, EN Gen 5. Yeah, as I said before, that like, they lost Fauna and Mume. Which I mean, yeah, like obviously they still have a net gain, right, from last year, because there's only 2 members, right? But I still think I'd want to like replace it, you know, like add more to it, help that up a bit. Yeah. I just realized there's a big jump from Mume to ASCII. It's 60k. I was like, oh, that's a pretty big jump. Same with ASCII to Koyori actually is also 60k. And from Muno to Photon. 120k difference. It's so weird to me that they put the like graduation sign next to Aqua, right? But they didn't do it with the other ones that actually did. Like Fauna's still not, doesn't have the diploma next to her. It just Didn't do it. Even the ones that are like terminated, you know, they put the diploma next to them, but yeah, nope. I can understand with the affiliates, but they just didn't do it fun, and it's like, okay. Yeah. I really should stream more games. It's just like I'm at the point, man, where I'm just like looking over and like a lot of it like it looks good, but then I'm just like, eh. And I think I had a moment before, and like I need to get out of it. I think it's just because I'm back in my Hoi 4 addiction. Like I'm back in the strategy game addiction. It's real bad. Real bad. Yeah, then it just makes every other game feel like you don't want to play it. Yeah, maybe I do like another Mario Sports Mix game. I should do that probably. I just did dodgeball. It was like kind of maybe that could be like the Tuesday one, if I remember. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna worry too much about getting an editor or anything, because like there's also like a ton of Twitch streamers also. I'm sure that don't have an editor or anything, right? So like I feel like even if I just had like a clip or an editor to begin with, right, like I'm already have a huge advantage, right? So again, I think also it'd be better at like if I'm talking about something serious, like they'll actually clip it. I'm so bad at that. I'm just like, no one wants to hear that. But then I like that's like a whole stream I do, which is me talking about serious stuff, and it's like, well, I'm sure people would want to. It's just more of a I don't want to do it, I guess. Yeah, I think I definitely like worry about like the stream aesthetic first, and then get like an editor and stuff. Also, if I can donate plasma, that'd be nice. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's everything though. Basically just about hit 9. I remember when I started, but hour 15, and I think I started like 45, so 45, so should hit 9 soon. I'm just so done with the school year, man. Get me out of here. I know anything is I have to still freaking get a driver's license. Oh goody. Boy, do I love that. Dude, I hate driving so much. I actually just want an online job. That's how much I hate driving. So I'd rather have an online job. Just so I don't have to drive. I hate it that much. Yeah, I'm not gonna do job searching until like I'm basically out, because I don't want to like get attached to a job and then turn out, oh, there's no job listing. You know? That's my main thing. Yeah. I'm gonna get out of here. I have a chance to stream every Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday at 7:30 p.m. EST. You can see my past streams at youtube.com/IronWillVods. And if you're watching the VOD, my Twitch and Twitter, IronWill6464. So yeah, I'll see you Tuesday, maybe some more Mario Sports Mix, maybe. Ooh.